Hi guys, so I'm going to read Fantastic Four number 17. So Fantastic Four into the clutches of Doctor Doom. Can America's most colorful super combo escape from the menace of the moving bars, the threat of the swirling cement, the peril of the room without a floor, the panic of the deadly whirlwind? Marvel Comics Group ushers in the Marvel Age of Comics. The Fabulous Fantastic Four, defeated by Doctor Doom. Story Stan Lee, art Jack Kirby, inking Dick Ayers, lettering Art Simic. Happy landings, Ant-Man. Sigh, isn't he the cutest thing? I feel like a meathead waving to someone the size of a worm. Last issue, aided by the amazing Ant-Man, the Fantastic Four invaded the micro-world of Doctor Doom and triumphed over their arch-foe. Now back home again, they bid adieu to their ant-sized ally. So long, little pal, you're A-OK in our book. And so begins our new epic tale. I'll put away this little launching platform I built for him. Never know when we might need it again. We could sure use a joker like him in our combo, eh, Reed? He'd be an improvement over you, hothead. We wouldn't have to keep a fire extinguisher handy with him around. Well, you're turning into a regular Bob Hope. Knock it off, Junior. I'm so glad to be back to my normal size again that I ain't even mad at you. That little trip to Doctor Doom's micro-world wasn't exactly my idea of a rest cure, remember? Do I remember? Heck, I'll never forget it. When old Laughing Boy reduced us to the size of toys, I thought we were goners for sure. And if Sue and Reed hadn't figured out a way for us to escape from that prison surrounded by a sea of acid, I guess I wouldn't be sitting here now looking at your face. Oh yeah? You didn't mind looking at my face when I was mopping up the joint with Doom's little tin soldiers, did ya? I bet I looked pretty good to you then. But don't forget, while you two are swapping platitudes, Doctor Doom managed to escape via the enlarging ray, and he's free here on Earth at this very minute. He's probably shaking his little booties right now, knowing that I'll be on his trail pretty soon. You kidding? He's probably laughing himself to death. Anyway, it's about time you treated me with more respect, big boy. Don't forget how that living doll, Princess Perla, knighted me before we left her kingdom. You're lucky I don't make you call me my lord. Look, Half Point, you ever ask me to call you my lord, and you'll end up chewing on a fistful of knuckles. Clam up, Ben. If you and Johnny want to keep trading love letters, do it somewhere else. You're rocking the boat here. Okay. I'm all talked out now. Anyway, what's that gizmo you're playing with? It's a highly refined radar set, extra sensitive to human flesh covered by steel. I'm hoping to get a clue to Doctor Doom's whereabouts. I think the three of us should be helping you right now by searching the city ourselves. Good idea, sis. I could use a little action. Yeah, just like they say in the comic books, huh? Boy, if I didn't love that big ape so much, I'd give him a hot foot right in the seat of his baggy pants. Oh well, I guess it's time to tend to business now. I'll climb up to a couple thousand feet and start sending out sonar heat waves. With a little luck, I may detect the vibrations of Doctor Doom's steel outer covering. Yes, sirree, it sure was a good idea. There's only one little thing wrong. It's not working. Too much like trying to find a needle in a haystack, I guess. Meanwhile, the thing seems to have better luck. Holy cow, it's him! I found him! He must be nuts to walk around in public like that. Hey, Doom, wait up! We got a little unfinished business to settle, you walking junk pile. This is the thing talking. Wump. Who's the wise guy? How the... okay, how the beep do I get here? Lady, look out! My brakes are jammed. I ain't got time to find the right exit, so I'll just... Hey, a guy could get a Charlie horse this way. Oh, you saved my life. Sure. I'm just a big, fat, handsome hero. Now get out of the way. I got things to do. Wow, it's the Thing! Look at that big fella move. He's so grotesque that he's almost beautiful. Ha, I knew I'd catch up to him. Boy, am I going to enjoy this. Hey, Buster, turn around. I want to gaze at your baby blues while I mop up the street with ya. What gives, mister? You some kind of fanatic or something? I'd be a monkey's uncle. I've been robbed. Today at the Bojai Theater, when knights were bold, see it now. And in another part of town, if Doctor Doom is in the city, he'll sure to be in contact with some hardened criminals to help him. So if I invisibly follow some underworld types, perhaps. Gasp! I wouldn't have expected anything as blatant as this to take place, right out in the open. I think this is what you've been waiting for, Mr. Spade. Yeah, let me have it, Professor, and I'll see if it's the one I want. This special adapter is what will make the difference. Notice how smoothly it fits on the barrel of the gun. It's easy to handle and it never misses. Hold still, Professor. The first one I'll try it on is you. The cold-blooded murderer. I've got to stop him. Hey, what happened? Why are my shots going wild? It's shooting ping-pong balls. It's a toy. Pop, pop. So it never misses, eh? And I thought you were a great toy inventor. I can't understand. Try it once more, please. I know it'll work. It sure will, because I'm butting out from now on. Later that night, after the fabulous foursome have met to compare notes, I'm afraid Dr. Doom is too smart to leave any clues to his whereabouts. We'll just have to wait till he makes the first move. And knowing him, we shouldn't have long to wait, eh, Reed? In the meantime, we might as well continue with our normal social lives. You mean I gotta be the darling at the Cafe Society again? It's a good thing we didn't take our private elevator. Look at the crowd of fans waiting for us in the lobby. I ain't gonna go down there. Some of them may be in the Yancey Street gang, and I'm liable to get juggled for manslaughter. Look, there they are, up on the second-floor landing. We've got to get a slip somehow. If they catch us, we'll all be late for our appointments. I wonder if I could talk the mayor and declare an open season on the Yancey Streeters, just for one rip-snorting day. Psst, over here. You can use the freight elevator and get out the service exit. We're in luck. It's one of the janitors. First time I ever stood so close to four celebrities. I'd have you spotted anywhere. He didn't and the Thing thought he was hidden behind those craters or cheaters he wears. He didn't recognize my face, kiddo. It's my lovable personality that shines out like a beacon. I sure appreciate it if I could shake hands with you all before you go. Sure, old fella, but don't squeeze me too hard, eh? It's a pleasure, sir, and thank you for helping us. As they leave, none of the colorful quartet notice that the janitor has secretly affixed a tiny tissue-thin plastic disc to each of their hands. It worked like a charm. It worked like a charm, as all my plans do. And then, dashing into a nearby broom closet, he removes his overalls, cap, false beard, and face mask. With those specially treated dental discs on their hands, my little followers will be able to track the Fantastic Four wherever they go. And now I will return to my hidden lab to put Phase 1 of my master plan into operation. This time nothing shall stop me from defeating the Fantastic Four, as only Dr. Doom can. A short time later. Go, my followers. I release you to do the job which I created for you. Each of you lighter-than-air robots are attuned to one special disc. Now find your objectives. And so, gosh, Helen, I thought you'd never say yes to a date with me. Well, I'd admit I was a little nervous about going out with the famous Human Torch Johnny, but now I'm glad we're together. That goes double for me, Dollface. Hey, say, this is my favorite parking place. Would you look and see if I have something in my eye? Johnny Storm, did anyone ever tell you what a fast worker you... Johnny, what's that? What's what? Blazing Bearcats. I don't know what that thing is. But don't worry, honey, I'll get rid of it. Flame on! Hey, what the? I flew right through it. If this is your idea of a fun evening, Johnny Storm, it isn't mine. I'm walking home. Goodbye forever. At the same time in another place. Ha ha, boy, if the thing isn't conspicuous looking enough. He's got his own personal floating watchdog trailing after him. Ben, what is it? Why is everyone laughing at you? I'll tell you later, Alicia, baby. Right now I'm gonna demolish me a flying wise guy. Trying to make a laughing stock out of the thing, will ya? Well, this'll take the wind out of your sails. Hey, I slammed right through him. He isn't even solid. He's like some kind of ghost or something. As for Sue Storm, she is a more decorated follower for herself. Hold it, Miss Storm. Before we snap you for this U.S. Savings Board or bond poster, you'll have to get rid of that thing above you. Good heavens, I don't even know what that is. But I can't shake it. It follows me wherever I go. This is terrible. Even though I've turned invisible, it's still following me. But how? Why? In a dignified lecture hall not far away, it gives me great pleasure to confer upon Reed Richards the honorary degree of Doctor of... Oop, what on earth is that? Dr. Richards, we know how brilliant you are devising colorful scientific devices, but I hardly think this is the proper time or place. Forgive me, sir. I had nothing to do with whatever that is. Well, little friend, you ruined my evening, lost me an honorary degree, and I still can't lose you. But that's all right. Keep following me to my lab. I have a hunch what you are and who designed you. Finally, at the world-famous headquarters of the greatest super team mankind has ever known. Calm down, everyone. I have a little gadget here which will soon tell us what we want to know about these floating followers. All I want to know is how I can land just one healthy punch at the flying freak above me. There. I've modified this electro detector to zero in on whatever is attracting the followers to us. See, it's pointing at my wrists. Big deal, what you trying to prove? That you got attractive wrists? Oh, hush, Ben. Let Reed finish. Beep. Oh, it says, Toward Human Torch said, me too. The blame thing ruined a date I've been promoting for weeks. So, he said that. So here's what we've been seeking. This tiny plastic disc. Look at your wrists, too. I wager you've each got one. You're right, but what does it mean? I knew the followers were just inanimate things with no life of their own. They had to be attracted to something, and these little discs acted as magnets, keeping them with us. You're right, Big Daddy. I brushed that blamed disc off, and look, it's fading away. They won't bother us anymore. Without the discs to summon them, they'll simply fade away forever. What lunkheads we are. That phony janitor must have slapped those discs on us while he was shaking in our midst. And that means he must have really been Dr. Doom. Then, for all we know, he's monitoring our every movement right now with one of those diabolical machines of his. How late she is. But now the first phase of my plan is ended. I only intended to embarrass and confuse them. Now I shall go to work with a vengeance, and my final purpose shall be their complete destruction. While spying on the accursed thing, I realize that the one way I can defeat the hated foursome, I shall strike at them through their weakest link, the one whom the thing loves, the sightless Alicia. Although my brain is the equal of Reed Richards himself, I too have one weak spot. I have never fully understood other human beings. Even now I cannot comprehend how one lovely as Alicia can feel affection for the grotesque thing. How ironic it is that even a gargoyle such as the thing can find love. Even he can mingle with normal people. And yet I, and I alone dare to not expose my face to the view of other humans. I alone must hide in the dark, wraith from the sight of my fellow men. But I shall have my revenge upon the entire human race, beginning with the Fantastic Four, and starting now. Suddenly, without warning, at the flick of a switch from Doctor Doom's master control panel, a strange grappler ray drifts to the spot where the gentle Alicia is walking through the street, and then... What is happening to me? I seem to be walking on air. I feel as though I'm being lifted upward into the sky. It's impossible. It cannot be. However, few things are impossible to the one who is a master of science, and seconds later the astonished girl passes through what seems to be a floating cloud when viewed from Earth, but in reality is the hiding place for Doctor Doom's incredible floating laboratory. Closer, just a little closer, and my trap would have been sprung. Later that day, as the Thing keeps occupied with his own unique version of weightlifting. Quick, Ben, put those things down and look at this paper. It's Alicia! It's my Alicia! If anything's happened to her, easy, old friend. There must be more to this than meets the eye. Look out, Reed. Ben looks like he's gonna go on a rampage. So Daily Herald, girl walks on air in view of thousands. Bystander's camera records inexplicable event. It's Doom. He's behind all this. He's trying to get at us through Alicia. But he won't. Do you hear? He won't. Let me go. Let me go. Ben, pull yourself together. Let him go, Reed. He's got every right to be mad. And I'm with the big fella all the way. Suddenly a grim visage appears on the great wall of the ready room, and... Fools! Your anger will avail you nothing. This time Dr. Doom holds all the cards. This time victory shall be mine. It's him. Forgive me for interrupting you by sending my pseudo-image here, but I am still human enough to wish to gloat over your helpless plight. But now our little game begins in earnest. I must warn you that I will tolerate no interference. If you anger me, I might unleash an illusion ray upon New York, a ray which will give the entire population mass hallucinations. Or, if you prefer, at the flick of a switch, I can drop fast-going spores upon your unsuspecting city. Spores which can grow into giant vines within minutes. Vines which will choke off all traffic, all commerce, the very heartbeat of the city itself. And never forget my greatest threat. Alicia is now my prisoner. If you wish to ever see her again, you must not dare to oppose me. Thus do I render the famed Fantastic Four helpless. Thus does Dr. Doom become the most powerful of all. Wait, what about Alicia? Hey, don't fade away. Does he really think he can threaten us? Does he think anything will stop me from tracking him down? From ridding the world of the threat he poses? Don't say that, Reed. Not while Alicia's his prisoner. You mustn't cross him, do you hear? I won't let you. But Ben, don't you see? This is what he wants. To tie our hands to. Ugh. Don't you try to sweet-talk me in anything. I ain't letting Alicia come to no harm. No matter what. Pow. I am triumphant beyond my wildest hopes. They are fighting amongst themselves. So shall let them a little while longer. Let them tremble at my next move, as the world shall soon tremble. For it is not money I seek, nor personal gain. With my genius I can make fortunes easily as others make pennies. No, what I crave is power, and that's what I shall have. I shall send this specially prepared tape to Washington, outlining my demands. Actually, my terms are modest for one as powerful as I. All I insist is a post in the president's cabinet. It is only fitting that a man of my ability, have at least a cabinet rank in the government. So there's a cameo for John F. Kennedy. For some reason they don't show his face. I don't know why. So not long afterwards, it's almost unbelievable. He actually threatens us with war if his terms are not met. This is the first time in history, sir, that one man has threatened to declare war on an entire nation. No matter what weapons he may have at his disposal, we can never allow this nation to be dictated to by one sinister man, not even so powerful a man as Dr. Doom. There was only one thing to do. We must show him that the United States cannot be threatened by anyone. We must move forward and proceed with great vigor. And now, gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, it's Carolyn's bedtime. The next day, not receiving his answer he desired from the White House, Dr. Doom begins his one-man war in factories and laboratories all over the country. Something's wrong with all the electronic machines. They've gone haywire. Blink, blink, wee-oo. America's defense systems, our missiles, guided by complex electronic brains, suddenly go out of control. The same thing is happening to every missile throughout the country. It's uncanny. It's as though some evil genius has tampered with every electrical device in the nation. Within hours, every man, woman, and child is affected, as factories are shut down due to failures, and mechanical guidance controls and automatic safety devices. Almost overnight, the mighty industrial complex of America seems to grind to a halt. You gotta get those machines fixed. We want our jobs back. The news travels quickly to behind the Iron Curtain. It is the best news we have heard in weeks. Soon the capitalist countries will be helpless before us. Stop gloating, your numbskulls. Dr. Doom is not doing this for us, for we all know he may strike here next. If he is able to wreck the American electronic system, why should he not be able to do the same to ours? You're right, Comrade K. I never thought of that. That is why you'll never be dictator. So that's Nikita Khrushchev, who's the premier of the Soviet Union when this was written. And in New York, the Fantastic Four receive a grim-faced, brooding visitor. And so the Joint Chiefs of Staff felt that inasmuch as you four has battled Dr. Doom in the past and defeated him, you might be the best choice too. We understand, Colonel. We're prepared to do whatever is necessary. Sure, whatever Doom can do, Mr. Fantastic can do a heck of a lot better. Talk, talk, talk. Well, poor Alicia is still his prisoner. As a matter of fact, sir, I've already formulated a plan of attack against our mutual enemy. Oh, and may I know what it is? Sorry, Colonel. It will be safer if nobody but the four of us know about it. Then, after the visitor from Washington has departed, Reed, I'm sorry I blew up yesterday, but tell me, is there really a plan? Is there some way to fight that iron-faced skunk? Tell me. There is, old friend, and it will be mostly up to you. Let me explain. Oh, Reed, if you could only find a way. With the aid of my electroscanner, I was recently able to discover Dr. Doom's hidden hideaway. This is an ultraviolet ray photo I took of a strange cloud which had been hovering over the city. Look what is within the cloud. We should have guessed. He had to be somewhere close by to keep monitoring us the way he did. But finding him was only part of the problem. Now I'll show you an enlargement of a section in that photo, blown up almost 1,000 times its normal size. Hurry, Reed, we're wasting time. Ben, if I let you rush to attack him, you'll be a dead man within minutes. He has the most foolproof defense against us ever devised. See that? Those are disintegrator ray guns, just poised and ready for us. And those figures up there, what in Sam Hill are they? These are the most diabolical parts of his trap. His followers did more than just follow us before. They transmitted to Dr. Doom an actual printed circuit of our atomic and molecular body structure. See? But so what? Don't you see? He's got those circuits connected to the disintegrator rays. There's no way we could slip past the rays without the very atomic structure of our bodies triggering our own destruction. Then it's hopeless. But you said you had a way. I do, and the whole thing depends on you. How? For the love of Pete, spill it, will you? There is only one of us who can change his atomic structure. When you become Ben Grimm, your atoms and molecules are completely rearranged. That's the one thing Doom didn't provide for us in his trap. I've got to prepare a solution that can turn you back to Ben Grimm long enough to slip by Doom's defenses. The minutes turn into long hours as Mr. Fantastic works, as no scientist has ever worked before. I can't afford a mistake. If he changes back to the thing too soon, the rays will strike him. What happened to the heating unit? I must have more concentrated heat. Quickly, Torch, while the serum is still volatile. I hear you talking, boss. This ought to do the trick. Finally, as Reed's tall frame slumps into a chair, on the verge of exhaustion. Ben, I can't guarantee it will maintain its potency long enough. If you change to the thing too soon, you know what it will mean. Give me that stuff, mister. Alicia's life may be in stake up there. No matter what happens, Reed, I know that you tried your best, and if my life's got to depend on someone, it'd rather be you than anyone I know, you old hound dog. Well, bottoms up, kiddies. It's working. I can feel it. It's working. I knew it would, Ben Grimm. But the only question now is for how long? Minutes later, in a silent, transparent, magnetically powered one-man plastic bubble, Ben Grimm undertakes the most perilous journey of his life. These pieces of trailing tinfoil had to jam Doom's radar, just like Reed said they would. There are the rotating disintegrators. If I become the thing before I get past them, I'm a dead duck. No, my hands. I'm starting to change now. But I can't, I mustn't. And there, in the silent, lonely capsule, an exhibition of sheer raw courage and willpower takes place, such as few men have ever witnessed. By the strength of his own unconquerable determination alone, Ben Grimm forces himself to remain in his normal form for just another few seconds, the most important few seconds of all, until... Made it! I penetrated Doom's disintegrator defenses. And he's had all the innings until now, but we've reached the turning point. Now it's our turn. Do you hear that, Doom? This is a thing coming for you. First thing I'll do is clobber the main disintegrator circuit, so the others can follow me up here and join the party. Okay, kids. Time for fun and games again. Let's get going. We're here talking, big man. Bonk. Go easy now. We've only penetrated his outer defenses. Doom is still a deadly menace. Never mind the lectures. Where's Alicia? So you've delved into my sanctum sanctorum. So that was Dr. Doom's lair, Doctor Strange's home, the Sanctum Sanctorum. So that's the first mention of that. But it obviously has nothing to do with Doctor Strange wouldn't be made. Or I think maybe he was made around this time, but I think a little later after this comic was made, he was created. But well, you'll live to regret it, all of you. Disperse, don't give him a chance to attack us together. I'll flame off in this direction. Alicia, where are you, honey? I'm coming for you. Do you hear? One of us has to find a way to trap him. What kind of ship is this? It's got more mazes or corridors and chambers than a Coney Island funhouse. This is the craziest looking room of all. The walls all go in different directions. But why? Within seconds, the Torch gets his answer as the entire chamber begins to spin around like a tornado gone mad. It's a trap. It's spinning me so fast that I can't keep my flame on. But in a final mighty surge of energy, the indomitable Torch creates an incendiary explosion of enough force to shatter the hidden rotating mechanism and return the boom to normal. And so, wan and weak and just barely conscious, the Human Torch lies in the now motionless room, waiting to regain his strength. Guess this puts me out of action for a few minutes, but Doc Doom is still going to have his hands full with my 3 pards. At that very moment, we find the leader of the most colorful combo of superheroes the world has ever known. That door just closed behind me. Doom's been watching. He's up to something. Wet cement pouring into the room. He was prepared for such an attack. It will solidify in seconds, and there's no way out. For any normal human, that is. But a man who can make his body thin enough to fit through the oxygen pockets of the porous cement itself always has a chance. Have to move fast. The pockets are growing smaller and smaller. Made it. No matter how tight a door may be fitted, there always has to be some space between the door and frame, and that little space is all that I need. Meanwhile, what of the rampaging thing? The force separated right under my feet. I'm falling. Can't hold on to this blasted slippery pole. Doom must have greased it in advance. If I hit the ground from this height, they'll have to scrape me up with a bottle or a blotter. But I can't fail. Alicia's dependent on me. I can't fail her. I gotta hang on. I did it. Now if I can just get back up. That's it. Just a little further, and then it'll be Dr. Doom and me. But at that very moment, in his hidden viewing chamber, bah, that accursed foursome has more lives than the peck of cats. But even the Fantastic Four will not be able to survive the dread fury of my hurtling power spheres. There they are now, together again. I do not see the girl, but she is unimportant. Once my power spears have destroyed those, I can dispose of the invisible girl at my own leisure. Aha! My greatest weapons are working perfectly. Attracted by their body heat, the spheres are completely encasing the trapped trio. And now my spheres are splitting them into another dimension, from which they can never escape, to the end of time. They are gone. I have won. At last, Dr. Doom has defeated the Fantastic Four. But suddenly, the entire room is jarred by a tremendous shock. And then, what is it? What has happened? We'll give you 3 guesses, pretty boy. The thing. No, it's impossible. It can't be. We're seconds too late. He switched on his force screen, but he can't stay behind it forever. And when he comes out, we'll still be here. Blast of luck, it's completely fireproof. But how did you fool return from the dimension my power spheres brought you to? We got news for you, Daddy-O. Those spheres didn't take us anywhere. You just wasted them on 3 flame images of us. Ever see me make a flame image? Watch. Here's one I can make of you. Pretty good for a guy who never went to art school, huh? You see, we figured out you were planning to toss something at us, so we thought we'd turn the tables, dig? That's enough talking, kid. I want to know where Alicia is, and I want to know now. Never. She will remain my prisoner until I disposed of you all. But Dr. Doom is unaware that even as he speaks, a slender, blue costume figure is slipping into an unguarded room at the other end of the ship. At last, I found her. Footsteps, who? Alicia, dear, it's me, Sue Storm. Don't say a word. Just do as I say. Dr. Doom will return at any moment. And so a hurried exchange takes place. But Sue, when he finds you here in my place, your life won't be worth... Hush, just hide in that corridor as I told you. And seconds later, Dr. Doom enters from the other door. Now to seize her and use her as a hostage. They won't dare attack me so long as I have the girl. It's him. This'll slow him down. Or this is the showdown. What? She vanished. But it is impossible unless... Of course, I should have guessed. It's the invisible girl. She must have changed places with Alicia. You fool.
One hostage is as good as another to me. You shall serve as my prisoner, just as well as the blind girl.
You're making one small mistake, my friend. It is you who are my prisoner. Slam.
You dare speak so to Dr. Doom? You shall live to regret it, woman.
We'll see who's going to regret what. I've been waiting for a chance to prove what I can do without the other three, and now I've got it. Oof.
You shall not have long to gloat, female. Your invisibility is no problem for me, for with the merest press of a button, I shall render you completely helpless. Don't hear you laughing now, as moving bars come closer and closer to you.
Only one chance. I have to push his hand away from that control button.
No, you don't. I knew you'd try something like that. So now I've got you.
When it comes to wizardry and science, you're easily my superior. And when it comes to sheer villainy, nobody can equal you. But in a hand-to-hand struggle, don't ever forget that I was taught by judo by one of the world's greatest experts, Reed Richards. Again, it's like with the judo. Like, for some reason in the 1960s, they were really obsessed. Like, in any fictional story, like, just people just say, like, when they're doing martial arts, they just say they were doing judo. But in my book, anything you can do, Mr. Fantastic, can do better.
Indeed. Well, let us see if he taught you how to escape the deadly rays of this ultra heat beam, with which I shall now sweep this entire chamber.
But suddenly,
brother, your chamber sweeping days are over. You found me so soon. But I shall never suffer the humiliation of being captured by the likes of you. Come back! You can't cheat me out of my revenge this way.
Ben, get out of the way. I can still reach him and grab him, Ben. No, it's too late now. Swiftly, silently, the awesome form of the greatest menace on our age plummets earthward, down, 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 until it is lost from sight in the billowing clouds below. A few seconds later, Ben, my darling, it's you. I know it is.
Alicia, I'm here, baby. Everything's okay now.
Johnny, Sue is gone. We've got to find her. Don't worry, Reed, dear. You never lost me. Sue, you're all right. That means our triumph is complete. Sue, darling, if anything had happened to you... Okay, Benjamin Grin, stop. You're making my head spin.
That's what you do to me, doll. Every time I look at you.
Yeesh, what a lot of mush. I don't blame Dr. Doom for jumping. But the Torch hasn't much time to worry about that mush. For next issue, the FF battle a foe who has all the powers they have and more. See you then. So the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, or subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.